Caitlin Clark has put together a historic rookie year, but a few glaring weaknesses have people questioning whether or not she is actually falling short of her expectations. Caitlin Clark has easily been the most hyped up rookie in WNBA history, and for good reason too. As a member of the Iowa Hawkeyes, she led her team to consecutive Big Ten tournament championships. In the title game, she recorded 30 points, 17 assists, and 10 rebounds in a 105-72 win over Ohio State, the first triple-double in the final of the tournament. In the NCAA tournament, she became the first player in men's or women's tournament history to record a 30 or 40-point triple-double. This time, she dropped 41 points to upset the defending champion South Carolina, ending their 42-game winning streak. Now, Iowa advanced to its first women's basketball championship game in program history under Caitlin's leadership. Though Clark had 30 points and 8 assists against LSU in the national championship, Iowa lost the game, 102-85. She made 8 three-pointers, the most by a men's or women's player in the title game. She won all major National Player of the Year awards, and the AP called Clark's junior season one of the greatest seasons by a player in NCAA history. In her senior year, she did the unthinkable. In her final regular season game on March 3rd, Clark became the NCAA Division I all-time leading scorer among men's or women's players, eclipsing Pete Maravich. So it is safe to say that she was coming into the WNBA as a legend. But has she lived up to the very high bar that she herself raised? On one hand, she has been a revelation. All you have to do is look at her performance against the Dallas Wings, where she set the all-time single-game assist record. However, in that same game, she also set the all-time WNBA season record for turnovers at 138. So all in all, Caitlin is averaging 5.6 turnovers a game. Yikes. She famously started her WNBA career setting an unflattering record. She scored 20 points in her debut game, but during that game, she also committed 10 turnovers, the most in a debut in WNBA history. The losses also piled up pretty quickly. However, one reason for the slow start has to be the tough schedule. But at the same time, when you're considered a legend coming into the WNBA, shouldn't you be great right away? Well, part of this had to do with the learning curve. The reality is that every WNBA player has heard the chatter for the past year or so about how this generational talent is about to come to the league and take over, and none of them want to be that team which allows it to happen. Not to mention the fact that Caitlin essentially had no break between her last college game and her first WNBA game. Usually, a rookie either rides the bench and slowly gets acclimated to the WNBA standards, or they don't have as much responsibility as Caitlin did. However, high turnovers come naturally with high usage. Take LeBron James, for example. He has the record for the most turnovers in NBA history. Now, you could point to the high turnovers and say that she is not a great playmaker, or say that her assist numbers aren't too impressive because of her high usage rate. Now, besides, the expectations for someone who is supposed to be an all-time great are simply different. Whether you like it or not, when you do good, you're supposed to do good. And when you perform poorly, it is highlighted even more. Now, that does sound unfair, but that is also the burden that you have to bear. Then there is her shooting. She is currently shooting 32% from 3 and 40% from the field. While in college, she was shooting nearly 38% from 3 and 45% from the field. So there has been a big dip in her efficiency. The main reason is that she is now facing some of the best defenders in the game on a nightly basis. Defenders who are charged up to shut her down. However, there's also no denying that if Caitlin wants to take her game to the next level, she needs to get to the paint more often and even develop a mid-range game. For now, she is relying way too much on threes. Even Steph Curry makes sure to get easy layups and floaters throughout the game, but that will come through more experience. But regardless of that, you cannot deny her greatness, no matter how hard you try. The single-game assist record is just one of many this year. She has the record for the most consecutive point assist double-doubles in a rookie season, the most double-doubles by a rookie guard, the first rookie to record a triple-double, the single-game leader in three-point field goals made by a rookie, and she is the youngest player to record a double-double with points and assists in back-to-back games. and that is just the WNBA records. On top of that, she has 7 different records for the Indiana Fever. In just one short season, she has basically become an all-time great for the Fever franchise and left her mark in the history books. That is greatness. Her playmaking has elevated her Fever teammates as well. Aaliyah Boston is having the best season of her career and was named to the All-Star team. She also received the second most fan votes of any player. On top of that, Caitlin's other teammate, Kelsey Mitchell, also made the All-Star team. Having Caitlin on the team makes it so much easier for her teammates to play their roles. Besides, all they really have to do is hustle and make the right cuts because Caitlin will find them thanks to her pinpoint passes and even a few unbelievable bounce passes that leave the defense confused. But when you are a superstar, you have to do more than win games. You have to generate views. That's just part of the deal. And well, in that sense, she has exceeded expectations. Not only has she been rewriting history on the court, but she is changing the way the organization does business. We have seen lucrative endorsements, changes in the ways that teams travel, where they play, and overall interest in the game. The game between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky was the most watched WNBA game on any network in 23 years. The last time a WNBA game pulled in these numbers, Caitlin wasn't even born yet. Indiana Fever has seen dramatic increases in ticket sales and prices since Caitlin entered the league. The average price of a ticket to a Fever game is now $144, which is up 133% from last year. That is insane. She has more than doubled the audience for her games compared to others and nearly quadrupling the ratings compared to last year when she was not part of the league. So no wonder the Wall Street Journal has dubbed her the GOAT of TV ratings. Simply put, Caitlin is unmatched when it comes to popularity and viewership. We really are watching a once-in-a-lifetime athlete both on and off of the court. Clark's selection with the #1 overall pick helped catapult the WNBA draft to record TV ratings. Before this season, the WNBA had no game with more than 1 million viewers since 2008. The Indiana Fever rookie scored 20 points as 2.1 million fans watched across ESPN2, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus. It was the most watched WNBA game on any ESPN platform in history. The Fever-Sun matchup peaked at 2.3 million viewers. This mark broke the previous record set on May 22, 2004, when Diana Taurasi played her second career WNBA game. Caitlin's third game of the season came against the New York Liberty. It became the most viewed WNBA game on ABC in league history, and viewership for the game saw an average mark of 1.71 million and peaked at 1.96 million. The only game that she wasn't involved in for the top viewed matchups was the Minnesota Lynx versus the New York Liberty in late May. 12 out of the 13 new viewership records this season have involved Caitlin and her Indiana Fever team. She is a record-setting machine. Although there have been a few slip-ups like the high turnovers or adjusting to the schedule and the tougher defenses, Caitlin has also lived up to her side of the deal. She is a game changer. There are more eyes on the WNBA than ever before thanks to Caitlin and her dynamic play. And speaking of play, many believe that Caitlin would be a superstar down the road, but few could have predicted her meteoric rise. Not only has she been helping her team battle for the playoff spot, but she is doing so by putting together one of the most impressive rookie seasons of all time. All the while dealing with the hate and negativity that is constantly thrown her way. Now that is what you expect a superstar to do.